Mother Jeannie McCafferty from New York. Today they try for $1,000 and the right to keep earning a salary of $500 a day on Who Do You Trust? This portion of Who Do You Trust is brought to you by Beechnut Lifesavers. Right now, here's the star of our show, Johnny Carson.
Thank you very much. All right, enough. Hey, it's the fall season in New York. The audiences are wild. Thank you for coming today. And, Ed, who's first to lead
We're
off?
all set. We have Lola Mason from right here in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And Louis Baudet from the Bronx.
Well, hi, Lola. Welcome. Things are picking up around here on the show. Lola, welcome. It's nice to have you here. Louis, do you mind if we talk to Lola first?
No, not at all, Johnny.
Are you married, Lola?
No, I'm not. I hope to be someday. In the meantime, I'm just working till I can get married and have lots and lots of babies.
Is that right? You get married and have lots of babies?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good project. You engaged? Do you have a boyfriend or anything?
Well, I have a fellow in mind, Johnny, but he doesn't know about it yet.
He doesn't know about what? That you want to get married or about the lots of babies?
Both.
Both? Huh? Lola, what do you do for a living? You said you were?
I'm an actress, Johnny, but in between acting parts, I do a lot of modeling.
I bet you're pretty good at it, too, huh?
Thank you.
What kind of jobs have you had? What type modeling do you do?
Oh, just about everything in the modeling field. Some of them have been pretty goofy.
Goofy modeling jobs?
Goofy.
Such as?
Well, the kind of thing where you miss everything, you know, queen of something.
Oh, Miss, you mean the Miss So-and-so
Miss
and the Miss
this,
So-and-so?
yeah.
You've been in a lot of those, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I know a girl back in the Midwest. She was Miss Merchant Marine. You know, really. And then her cargo shifted or something, and she was out of the contest. What are some of the Miss somethings you've been?
Well, I was Miss Rough Rider for ABC. That was plugging the new Rough Rider series.
Uh-huh.
I was Miss Pitted Prune. I won that title last year.
What was that? You were Miss...
Miss Pitted Prune.
How many girls were pitted against you in this thing? What a title. I've never heard of it like this. What are some of the other titles you've won?
I was Miss Popcorn, Miss Fig Newton, Miss Rabbit Meat, and Miss Razor Blades, the sharpest girl in town.
Miss Rabbit Meat? And what was the last one?
Miss Razor Blades, the sharpest girl in town.
Lola, what did you have to do to win all these titles, anyway?
Well, it depends on what I'm representing, Johnny. I remember once when I was Miss Aluminum, I had to wear an aluminum bathing suit.
An aluminum bathing suit? What did you have? 2 saucepans and a roaster or something? I've never heard of such a thing in my life. Did you enjoy your work, though?
Yes, I had a wonderful time.
Well, good, and best of luck as an actress, too.
Thank you.
Louis, we're going to talk to you in just a moment, but we're going to take a break right now, okay?
Fine,
right now, Beechnut Lifesavers takes you to the world of good things to eat. What type of work do you do, Louis?
I'm a chiropractor, Johnny.
How long have you been a chiropractor?
Oh, I had a bad back for a period of 7 years. I became interested in chiropractic, went to one. Then I took up the study of chiropractic.
I see. Now, chiropractic, if I'm right, that's where you manipulate the spine, isn't it?
That's right, and you find that you manipulate very successfully in many ailments.
Oh, I see. Are you married, Louis?
I am. I'm married for 9 years.
How did you meet your wife?
Oh, she was a friend of the family visiting my mother, and then I happened to come along. I took her home. On the way home, I started selling chiropractic. Naturally, I had something to sell, so she had something to buy. She seemed interested.
Yeah.
And she started flirting about it, or about me, something.
She really started flirting? Do you think it's because that you were a chiropractor that she started flirting?
So I thought. She had a dropped stomach, Johnny, so...
She dropped her stomach?
No, it was her stomach, not mine.
No, that's what I mean. Well, what did you... Instead of a handkerchief, she drops her stomach. That's a great way to flirt, but what did you do?
You misunderstand, sir.
I probably did.
It's just an ailment commonly known in common parlance.
Yeah.
And technically known as stasis.
Stasis, huh? What did you do for her dropped stomach?
Well, I went to her apartment and...
Yeah?
Well, believe it or not, I did gave her an adjustment of the spine or the stomach. 6 months later, we became married.
6 months later, you were married. I would hope so.
Successful adjustment.
Well, tell me this. Now, this must keep you pretty busy. Do you have any time for hobbies or anything?
No, Jenny, I don't. Between my chiropractic work and my other job, I'm quite busy.
You have another job besides?
Yes, sir.
What is the other job?
Just a butcher. A butcher.
A butcher? Now, during the day, you're a butcher, is that right?
That's right. 9 to 6, I am a butcher. The rest of the time is mine, and I do as I please. Mostly chiropractic then.
Now, you're a real butcher in a meat
That's
store,
right. I'm working for Hershey's Market, 183rd and St. Nicholas Avenue,
Yeah.
Washington Heights.
How do you combine being a butcher and a chiropractor?
Well, anytime I have no meats to cut, I manipulate spines, Johnny.
Well, you treat patients in their home or what?
Yes, I call out to their homes.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Don't they lose a little confidence when they look outside and see you driving up in a meat truck?
Well, I never use a meat truck, Johnny.
Uh-huh. You like being a butcher?
No, I hate it. I hated it from the first day I was in it.
You hated it from the first day?
That's right.
How long have you been a butcher?
30 years.
30 years? How long have you been a chiropractor?
17 odd years, Johnny.
There certainly have been, haven't they? 17 odd years. Tell me this, do you plan to continue in both jobs?
Well, until the chiropractic can support me, I will continue in it.
Hey, great. Do you remember when you treated your first patient?
Yes, Johnny, I do.
Oh.
A friend of mine. And
Yeah.
Well, I was studying chiropractic. He knew it, so he came up to me one day.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Do you know anything good for liver? So.
What'd you say, onions? It goes great
Liver.
together.
No,
Oh.
just liver.
Did you treat him?
Yes. After I asked him to sign a release, that he knows that I'm a student,
Yeah.
so he shouldn't hold me for
And
it.
you did work on him, huh?
I
How is he?
did.
Is he still around?
Well, I treated him in the Bronx 17 odd years ago, and he's still there. He hasn't moved since. Oh, not that way.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. He's still... It's like this, standing in the Bronx, huh?
Right. He goes to business every day, Jack.
Does being in the butcher shop help with your chiropractic, do you feel? Like?
Certainly does.
In what way?
Not only me, but the world too.
No, what I mean is, does your other job, butcher, help you
Yes,
as a...
my butcher, he helps me as well as the world, I say, for the simple reason that I have discovered the morphological cause of non-pathologic high blood pressure and other diseases.
Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, that sounds very impressive. Sounds like you enjoy both of your jobs, huh?
I do, to a great extent, sir.
Do you ever practice down at the butchery shop?
Yes, sometimes I take a spring lamb and adjust it for a new technique. Yes.
You take a lamb and...
Yeah, lay it down on the block, just as I would a patient on an adjusting table, and I manipulate him.
Do you ever...
Spinal column of the lamb.
Did you ever adjust a patient and then wrap him up in brown paper by mistake?
I never done that yet.
Not
but
yet.
I might.
Louis, it's nice to have you with us. It sounds like you enjoy your work. Lola, thanks for stopping by. And in just a moment, 1 minute, we'll play Who Do You Trust? Louis will let you make the decisions whether you want to trust yourself or trust Lola on first names of famous people. First names of famous people. Want to answer it yourself, or?
I think Laura would know more of them.
All righty. What was the first name of Caruso? The great Enrico Caruso. Good job, huh?
I was scared.
How about music? Songs through the years. Lola again?
Lola again.
A favorite for almost half a century. Listen.
Alexander's
that's
Ragtime
tough.
Band.
This is tough.
I'm so glad they're easy.
I don't know why we bothered to ask. Why don't we just give them the money?
Yes, why don't you?
You know. All right, who do you trust on United States history? History.
All right, I'll take it.
You'll take that? In what state was Abraham Lincoln born?
Oklahoma.
No. Kentucky. He was born in Kentucky.
I know
Look,
he
you
wasn't in Illinois.
No, I
He grew
wasn't.
up there, but he wasn't.
Louis, you did fine anyway with a 2 out of 3. Lola? Okay. And who's next?
Johnny, we got a couple here from Great Neck, New York. How's that?
That's
The Foxes,
great.
Henry and
Good
Dorothy.
for you. Hi, Dorothy. Great Neck, right?
That's
Right.
Nice to have you with us today.
Thank
Glad to
you.
be here.
Dorothy, how long have you been married?
8.5 years.
Uh-huh. How did you and Henry meet here? Do they call you Henry or Hank?
Hank.
Either one. How did you and Hank meet?
Well, I'm afraid we met in a rather dull and routine way.
Really? Well, it's not so much a matter how you meet anyway. I suppose the courtship's the important thing, isn't it? How was the courtship?
Well, I'm afraid there isn't much story there. That also was rather routine and uninteresting and rather unexciting.
Yeah? But the honeymoon, I'll bet, was great, huh?
No, Johnny, that was a mess.
You said your honeymoon was a mess, Dorothy. What did you mean?
Well, I thought I had made the reservations for the honeymoon, and I thought that he had made the reservations for the honeymoon. He had no place to stay, and it was awful. I just wouldn't want to do that again.
I don't blame you, anyway.
Can we have a flat tire on the first night of the honeymoon?
We
That's all
certainly
you
did.
need.
We certainly did.
That's all you need.
I mean, the automobile.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it was you. You have any children, Dorothy?
Yes, we have two daughters, Janie 7 and Nancy 3.
Good. Hank, what do you do for a living?
Well, I work for a firm called Good Weather Incorporated.
Is this legit? Good Weather Incorporated?
Yes, it's, I founded the firm, and I made myself president.
That's good thinking right there.
We insure the weather.
What do you mean you insure the weather?
Well, if you were going away...
Weather insurance, you mean?
That's right.
How does this work?
Well, if you were going away on a 2-week vacation, we'd issue you a policy guaranteeing you good weather.
I didn't know such a thing existed. Suppose you don't get good weather on the vacation.
Well, in that case, we'll reimburse you for your room and board charges on the days that it rained.
Well, I think that's a great idea. Now, how much does it cost?
Well, it costs about 6% of your room and board charges. If, for example, you were going away for a week and you were spending $100, the premium would be $6, but it's generally paid for by the hotel. They make it available for the guests.
Hey, that's a great... How are you doing with this idea? It sounds great.
Well, we're making money.
Now, do you insure just against rain?
No, we'll insure any type of weather situation. And, for example, last St. Valentine's Day, we insured 2 major retail candy chains against rain or snow. And if it had rained or snowed, we would have paid out approximately $138,000.
Wow. What happened? Did you have to pay?
It looked bad for a while, but eventually it turned out to be a nice day and we didn't have to pay. It didn't rain or snow.
Somebody up there likes you, believe me. With that kind. Do you have any other kind of insurance that you have?
Well, we have a general insurance business under the name of the Henry Fox Company, in which we'll insure unusual types of risks.
Is that right? What kind of unusual types of risks?
Well, we've insured an actor's wardrobe, and recently we were asked to issue a policy on behalf of the Dionne quintuplets in the event that the quintuplets would have quintuplets.
Who took that out? Their husbands? I would think this sounds like a fascinating thing. Are you located here in New York?
In New York.
Well, the next time I'm heading for a picnic or something, I'll take out some weather insurance.
We'll be glad
How about
to.
a fishing trip? Can you get it on a fishing trip?
Anything for money.
I'll see you. Hey, it's nice to have you with us today, and in just a moment we'll play Who Do You Trust for $500, okay? Right now, you know, it's a shame that this show isn't in color. We're not too sure that it's even in black and white, but that's not your problem. It's too bad it isn't in color, because here is a dessert that is as good to look at as it is to taste. This is pineapple strawberry pudding. Now, this is another terrific busy day dessert made with our old favorite Jell-O instant pudding. Remember, it's quick to make, and it's just great. Let me show you how easy it is. Positively no cooking, as you know, and it's ready in minutes. You simply pour 2 cups of cold milk into a bowl and add 1 package of strawberry Jell-O. Strawberry Jell-O instant pudding. Don't put the cellophane wrapper in, it makes it a little gummy. Then you add just a dash of salt, and you beat just until it's well blended. You know, it takes you about a minute. Now, after you've done that, you simply add 1 cup. If you have a cup in the house, add that. It doesn't make it. Add 1 cup of crushed pineapple, which has been well drained. Like that. Now, you don't mix that, do you? No, you just add that in there like that. Now what you do, you alternate layers of the pudding. You don't add the pineapple. I shouldn't have added the pineapple. What you do... You don't add the pineapple, friends. That's in bad taste. You just... You alternate layers of the pudding with the pineapple in the sherbet glasses. So don't put the pineapple in. That stays to one side. And then when you finish, you can top it off with whipped cream. And there you have it. It looks great. Not like I made it, but it does look great. And it'll taste even better. It's another great busy day dessert made in minutes with wonderful Jell-O instant pudding. Get some for my sake next time you shop.
Yeah. Who does the cooking?
We're in a lot of trouble, I think. It's a great product, though. Hank will let you make the decisions on first names of famous people. First names of famous people. Want to take this one?
Yeah.
The heavyweight champion of the world is Patterson. What's his first name?
Floyd.
Floyd Patterson, right. Now, how about songs through the years?
My Little Bride can have that one.
Okay, Dorothy. From the musical bandwagon of 1931, listen to this still popular song.
Dancing in the Dark.
Dancing in the Dark, right. Now, how about United States history?
I'll try it.
All righty. Who was the president of the Confederacy during the Civil War?
Jefferson
Davis is right. Okay, Ed, who's next?
John, we have somebody here from the U.S. Air Force in Freeport, New York, with his wife, Charlotte, Lieutenant Don Dennington.
Hi, Lieutenant. Nice to have you with us. Where did Ed say you were stationed, Don?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Hey, good. Up here on a little vacation?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Don, how long have you been married?
We've been married 4.5 years.
Did you meet Charlotte while you were in the service?
Yes, I met her at a dance at Keesler Air Force Base. She was in the Air Force also.
Is that right?
Yes.
Hey, what rank did you hold?
I was an airman 3rd class in the Air Force, and I was in 2.5 months. I was going to an Air Force school.
What kind of a school was it? There were more fellows than girls, or?
Yes, there were 7 girls and 30,000 men.
Wow, what great odds. What kind of a school was this?
It was a radar school.
I'll bet you were busy dodging antennas all the time, weren't you? I like the odds very much. How many men were in your class now?
Well, actually, in my class, I was the only girl, and there were 30 men all told.
They did, huh? I mean, 30 men, huh? Now, that's quite a compliment, Don, that she picked you out of her choice of 30,000 fellas. How much later were you married after you met?
Well, I met her and proposed to her and married her all in 4 months.
That's pretty quick work.
You
Even
betcha.
in the service, right? How come you got married so quickly?
Well, I kept my wife up until about midnight every night.
So they thought it better to get married. Charlotte, did you have to get special permission while you were in the service to marry Don?
Well, yes, I did. I had to ask my commanding officer. And I went to her and said that I'd like to get married, and she looked at me and she said, "I think you're nuts," but she gave me the permission.
Commanding officers are all the same, I guess. Where did you go on your honeymoon now? Did you have much of a honeymoon?
We didn't have a honeymoon. I only had a 48-hour pass. My husband and I got back to the base about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got a penalty for staying out with him.
Are you serious? You mean on your honeymoon you got a penalty for staying out? What was the penalty?
I certainly did. I had to wash all the windows in the barracks the next morning.
What a way to spend a honeymoon.
Terrible.
48 hours from squeezing to squeegee. It doesn't seem right for some reason. Was Don allowed to visit you at all while you were
Oh,
there?
no, he wasn't allowed near the barracks. It was very trying for him.
I imagine it was. Don, you seem to have a very happy... As long as he keeps trying, that's the main thing. Don, you seem to have had a very happy marriage. You have any children?
Oh, yes, we have 2 lovely little daughters, Cecilia and Margaret.
Hey, great. Don, what would you do if you won $500?
Well, we've been nursing an old 1950 Ford for the last couple of years. We might trade in something a little bit newer.
Trade it in and get a new heap, huh?
Yeah, that's about it.
Nice to have you with us today. In just a moment, we'll play Who Do You Trust? Don, you outrank your wife here, so we'll let you make the decisions. First names of famous people. What do you want to do with
I'd
this
like
one?
to trust Charlotte on that one.
All right, what is the first name of the noted American author Hemingway?
Ernest.
Ernest Hemingway, right. All righty. Songs through the years.
I'll take that
You'll
one,
take that
Johnny.
one? All right, John plays a song that's been around for a long time. Listen.
It's only a paper moon.
Right. Okay, how about United States history?
I'll try that one, Johnny.
All right, which of the 48 states was once recognized by the U.S. as a republic in its own right?
Texas.
Republic of Texas, right. John, we'll see you in just a moment. Charles, thank you so much. Okay, Ed,
We have a tie, Johnny. That's your tiebreaker.
We have a tie between the Foxes and Don Dennington and his wife, so in case of a tie, we'll ask just the gentleman to step up to the board. Write your answer on the board, fellas. Here is the question. In what year was the great composer... In what year was the great composer... You got to go down and get him fitted. You can't get him by mail. In what year was the great composer Mozart born? What year was Mozart born? See, we have 1691 and 1450. That means that Hank Fox is closer. It was 1756. So we'll see you and your wife in just a moment. Thanks, Hank.
Time right now for today's big $500 a day question. returning to try for $1,000, ad taker Jeannie McCafferty and tea taster Alfred Pete.
Welcome. Albert, how are you? Gene, how are you? So you take ads for a personal column, Gene, I understand. And Al, you're a tea taster, and we've got to run today because we're behind schedule, okay?
That's right. There's your category.
All righty, the returning winners, Dorothy and Hank. The category, gentlemen, is World Geography, $500. What do you want to do with this one? Trust yourself or trust Dorothy?
I'll take it.
You'll take it, and Al, how about you?
I'll take it.
You'll take it? All right, World Geography for $500 in 1 minute. Hank, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
All right, here's the question. Within 10 seconds after I say go, name as many as you can of the capital cities of the South American countries. That's the 13 South American capital cities. You ready? Go.
Buenos Aires, Bogota, Santiago, La Paz.
Okay, we'll be back in a second. Can we have the sound on over here? Al, can you hear me all right?
Yes, perfectly well.
All right, here's the question. Within 10 seconds after I say go, name as many as you can of the capital cities of the South American countries. That's the 13 South American capital cities. Are you ready? Go.
Rio de Janeiro, Santiago,
All right, the time is up. I don't think we'll have time to read all 13 capital cities. Ed, give us some of them.
Just a few, Johnny. Rio de Janeiro, Georgetown, Santiago, Bogota, Lima, Montevideo, and Caracas. Al Pete had 2 correct. Hank Fox is our winner with 4 correct answers. Our new champs, the Foxes.
You must have taken out some quiz show insurance today, huh?
I'll take it out tomorrow.
Al, you gave it a good try. You
Thank
and
you.
Gene wound up with $500 yesterday. Enjoyed having you with us, and we'll see you tomorrow, right? Thanks for being with us, everybody. See you tomorrow at the same time.
Who do you trust? It's pop music tonight on Voice of Firestone as Joe Stafford and Gordon McRae go swinging down Broadway. Tonight on the ABC Television Network.